I will explain you a bit actually like about crowdfunding in general. Can you see my screen? Oh, good.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, super. So yeah, to have like a broader understanding also about what is crowdfunding and exactly like what We Make It is doing in the field of research. But I think that first is important, like actually to really understand it, like what is crowdfunding, especially because it's complementary with like other type of fundings, like whether it is a grant or other investment. Crowdfunding is really about like finding people around you that could support your project. So the way it works is actually pretty easy. So first, like the most important, it's really to define a scope of your project. Normally, you have to know that in any crowdfunding platform, the most common target sum is around like between 5,000 and 40,000 euros. So that gives you already a range about like how much money you could actually reach. Like you have like bigger projects, but that's actually the average. And that's important because it will like give you really the scope and will help you like to actually find the story, the best story for your project. Because I think that the big difference with crowdfunding is that you're in contact with the larger public. So basically people that might not really be researcher or like might not like really know a lot about your topic, and you would like them to understand it like quickly. And for that, like you will create a storytelling around your project. So first, yeah, redefine clearly what are your needs in terms of money and what you could give in exchange to people participating to your crowdfunding. So that what you give in exchange can be like really a product of your project, or it can be something more symbolical. I will show you then some examples like that. It will make it like, it would be easier like to grasp exactly what kind of things you could offer during a crowdfunding campaign. So the preparation is kind of crucial for a crowdfunding campaign. I think the main problem we find like for project initiators is that often they think that it's enough basically to create a project page on our platform and that this will like bring people like to contribute to the project. Where actually crowdfunding is a lot about your network. So basically you can think already since the beginning that at least half of the people that will participate to your project, they are from your own network. So the preparation in terms of what you will offer to the people, when will be the communication, to which channels you're going to communicate is crucial. And therefore that's why the preparation of the crowdfunding campaign is really crucial. It's not just about like writing the project and then like putting it online and waiting to see if people are interested. You really have like to do a work on the communication that is going to happen during the crowdfunding campaign. So the communication, we always say it always starts like by your own family. So you really have to think that anyone, like your neighbors, like everybody needs to know about it. So that's something that is really interesting in terms of the field of research, because actually sometimes one of the obstacle is like to reach a broader audience. So actually the crowdfunding is like not only about like finding money for your project, but it's also about like how you're going to communicate that project to everybody, to make it known, like to make people be interested in your project. So that's why it's a very interesting tool like for the funding, but also for the communication of your project. And so that like all the crowdfunding platforms, they will offer you like a way of presenting your project that makes it more attractive, like with pictures, videos, and short summaries of text. So actually also the presentation that you will see on crowdfunding platforms will help for this purpose of communicating. And so, of course, since it's like the crowdfunding campaign is kind of a quest, at the end of your campaign, you really have to celebrate and to show like what happened, like how it worked, like people will really empathize with actually all those moments of celebration. So it's really important to keep like people updated, like whether you reach your target or not, actually really to create that community around your project. So always celebrate the different steps of your project. So I will show you like some research projects that are linked to We Make It, and they are mainly linked like to two channels that we have. So on We Make It, we make partnerships with, it can be like foundation, association. In this case, actually, we have a partnership with Operas for a humanities project, and another with the Science Booster, which is more focused on scientific projects. And at the moment, like we have more than 60 successful projects, so crowdfunding projects, so from different institutions, or sometimes it's citizen initiatives. So I will show you some of them, like that you will get an idea about what kind of projects are happening and going on We Make It. So from the Operas channel, we had last year a project to support Ukrainian editors. So the funding goal of that project was like around 20,000 euros. And the main goal was to support researchers in Ukraine that would like to publish papers on, it could be like humanities, but also about science. And so it was a solidarity campaign, basically, because it was like really to create a fund to then support the publication for those editors. So that was run by researcher from HSS, but also from a lab in Warsaw. So it was different people around Europe, like running that. And the campaigns, like the crowdfunding campaigns, like on We Make It, they are like up to 50 days. And normally that's the average time. So you have to think that when you have a crowdfunding campaign online, it's kind of brief, because like you will know if you get the funds like after 30 to 50 days. So it's a process that it's pretty fast. And that helps you also like to foresee what kind of activities you can do afterwards, whether it succeeds or not. Another interesting project was the Glacialis expedition, which was a scientific expedition in the Arctic, and they gather like 40,000 euros with the added value for them that they really wanted this project to be known by a broader audience. So they had actually like already funds from governments, like from the Canadian government. They had like also funds from a foundation in Switzerland. So they had already 70% actually of the funds for doing that expedition, but they wanted to get like a small part of the funds from the broader audience for them to know so what they were doing, like to make that research that they were doing in the Arctic through the expedition available also, and to make sure that actually they will have a bigger reach with the findings of the expedition. So they gather around 300 people around that campaign, which make it like really successful. And now they are in the process of the publications of the findings of the expedition. And so that last project is also an interesting one, a bit smaller, like 20,000 Swiss francs project, which was launched by an association, which is called Neuroacademia, which has the aim of promoting neuroscience and biology to the broader audience. And so they wanted to publish a book for children to better understand how the brain works and how to manage emotions. And so the crowdfunding campaign was also a way for them actually to know how people will perceive that book, if they will be interested in the book, and basically to pre-sell the book. So it's also a way like to test the market and see if that research they're doing or the information, that the way they would like to promote it is reaching people, and if people will be interested also to have more information on that. So we are happy also that this was a successful campaign on the platform. Maybe just to conclude, if you have like a wish to launch a crowdfunding campaign, what I will advise you is to look at like the different crowdfunding campaigns, the crowdfunding platforms, that exist, because you will see that they all have like some specificities, and they all like have like, some of them have more projects from NGOs, some other like are more specialized on books, some other like have a geographical scope. And this makes really a difference, because you will bring, like during a crowdfunding campaign, you will bring your crowd, of course, so your network, but there is also the network related to the platform. So you have to make sure that you're in good company, basically, in the platform, to make sure that your project will be successful at the end. So that was it from my side. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to the different working groups.